Welcome to our viewers and listeners to the Partnership Publishing Podcast. Today we're with Christine Meyers, debut author of our title under Magic Mouse Books, Buddhi Finds Buddha. Welcome, Christine.
Happy to be here and celebrating.
Amazing. No, thank you so much. And you're meeting with us all the way across the pond from America. Is that right?
A little bit away, but yes, I'm in America right now. Living in Florida, but I travel for work, so I'm all over the place. So depending on the day, you'll find me in a different time zone.
Yeah. No, but it's absolutely amazing. And I think one of the things that we've certainly experienced over the last year to 2 years is how we've been able to expand and meet so many new people across the world, virtually, ultimately. We've got authors in Bali, America, Spain now, all over. So it was a real pleasure when we were able to initially connect with yourself. I remember our first meeting actually, and being like the synchronicities, how we were able to actually communicate and have a real conversation, probably is the best way to describe it. If you agree, I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. I remember the first conversation too, because it was one of those times when we were working together, and I felt these chills the whole time. Like, this is so right. When you were talking about that you guys work with moon cycles, I've never heard a company speak like that before. So to me, that was so much excitement to know that like I have found something that is very much in alignment with my own beliefs.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, it is a bit rare, isn't it? I think, yeah, when you get those moments, we feel genuinely from a partnership publishing perspective, our business model is different. The term I think I used, and when I was speaking with you, was a spirited business. Yeah, being mindful about everyday tasks as individuals, but then also coming together as a team and an actual business, and building those mindful relationships with all of our authors. Yeah, moon cycles is one of the key ways that we work and try to stick to that natural universal energy. Because why not? Why go against the grain? Try and work with it. And ultimately then you was able to talk about ultimately you submitted your manuscript to us, but started to speak about your book, Buddhi Finds Buddha. I'm just going to read the blurb for those that can't see. It is a beautiful, beautiful book. On the front is this gorgeous tree. You'll actually know that the actual tree has a name, doesn't it? Is it the
tree?
Yeah, that's it. And gorgeous colours, bright blue, green, so Buddhi has been around for many years, so he has seen and met some of the most interesting people a tree could meet. Buddhi has many stories to share with all visitors that come to see him. His favourite story is the one of his best friend Siddhartha. Come join Buddhi as he tells the tale of how he met Siddhartha and how together they found the secret of happiness. It's a big book. The secret to happiness is a big thing to find and explore. So how in words would you kind of explain your journey, where the story came from, and how you found that writing process?
So, well, the idea for the story came from a meditation that I was having. I originally had written a previous children's book about Taoism. And for the last 10 years, probably, I've been on a journey, which most of us are on, and mine has been taking me in many different directions. It started out with Taoism, and then I found Buddhism, and both of them just had very beautiful elements that really resonated with me and helped me to progress in my own healing and journey in life. And so when I was doing this meditation, I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, all these characters started coming into my mind, and the idea of bringing the story of Siddhartha, which is a very near and dear story to me. I love Siddhartha. I read it just about every year. I wanted to bring that into a new light, but through the lens of the Bodhisattva tree, and show how that friendship developed over their course of their journey together. Um, so when I came out of the meditation, I literally just sat down and wrote the entire thing. And it took a couple edits to get through, like, to what we have now, but it came to me very clearly. And it was something that just really kind of exploded out of me, to be honest.
Yeah, just completely so. That's amazing. It's a very vivid image. When you explain and talk about this, I remember the first time you obviously mentioned it to me, I was there with you. Like, I could understand how you received that, which is brilliant. And it kind of mirrors a lot of, I think that was the synchronicities, wasn't it, in the first conversation, because our business model, the business was here because of Daisy Morgan, our founder, having similar meditation vision, and then created, and you created. So I think, yeah, it was an instant goosebump moment, and I feel, yeah, we were completely aligned in regards to your vision and your passion for it. For anybody that can take inspiration from this and from yourself, in regards to, you spoke about their meditation, receiving a vision, and your journey up to now through Taoism and Buddhism. Is there anything that you could maybe share in regards to directing people to understanding either themselves, or is there any kind of piece of advice or information just to kind of give a bit of a helping hand, if you like, into meditation? People might have been interested about it before but not really understood how or why they might.
I would say the biggest piece of it is just to sit down and do it. It's just going about like anything else. The first couple times it's probably going to not work. It might be frustrating, it might feel antsy, it might not be quiet, but my biggest thing is just doing. And over time, if you really want to do it and it's something that you feel empowered to do, it's going to work for you and it's going to bring you what you need. But that's the thing with meditation. It's like anything else. It's meant to be chaotic sometimes, and other times it's meant to be very quiet. It's what you need in that moment, and you will find stillness.
Amazing, thank you. Wonderful. I guess after this, the vision that you received and the explosion of words on paper that you found and experienced, you met an incredible illustrator. You found Sarah Lee Wills, a puppet designer, and we absolutely love working with them, truly. How did you find it, and how was the illustration process? Because then ultimately you've got words on paper and you had this vision in your head. How did you translate that, and how did you find that working with Sarah?
So Sarah, actually, I found her, she also illustrated my first children's book, Tao's Way. And so I found her, gosh, I probably started the journey, I would say 4 to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably 4, or closer to 4. But the first one, I feel like with anything, the first of anything that you're creating and bringing into the world, even like it's like your first baby, you know, you want it to be perfect. And so I took a long time to actually bring my words into an illustration form. And when I was looking for illustrators, her website just caught my attention like none other. And so I had originally reached out and I didn't hear back. So I continued my journey looking for an illustrator. And I came to find out that our communication, my email just didn't make it through. And then eventually we were meeting up and linking up and having that conversation. And I found out that it wasn't that I was just being ignored or it wasn't the right fit. My email just didn't go through. So we had a beautiful conversation, and she is such a fun, loving person and just so creative, and she's such a visionary in her work, and I love her talent. And so after working with her in the first one and seeing what she was capable of in bringing my own vision to life, I knew that she was the right fit for my second book as well. And this one was a lot easier. I mean, it just flowed much better because we had a better relationship with one another. I knew her abilities, I knew what her process was. And so this one, I feel like this is my new baby. It has way more. The first one is always going to be my heart, but this one I'm much more excited about as far as the illustrations, because they really do just light up off the page.
Yeah, I mean, for those that can see on the video, I mean, just to give a bit of a snapshot, an example here, it's just magical throughout. I mean, I love that one. I think there's just a beautiful twilight scene as well. At the end, that one, that's gorgeous. It's so in keeping with the cultural aspect as well of the story.
That was important to me too, to make sure that it did represent what I was speaking on.
Yeah, 100%. There it is. Yeah, it's a beautiful twilight picture. It just glows, and you just really can breathe with it, I guess. So you kind of finding these illustrations, it's all coming together, and ultimately you've got the story. You then find ourselves, I guess, through Sarah, in wanting to take it that further and making it globally available. It goes then back to the message and the story. So would you like to just maybe share in your own words the story and your reasons for wanting to put it out there in the world?
Yeah, so the story, as I said before, it's very heavily based off of the story of Siddhartha, but kind of taking him as an adult and making it into a child form.
Yeah.
And just really emphasizing that relationship that with the Bodhisattva tree. I'm very much a naturalist, or I'm very into nature. And so I have had so many lessons just sitting out in the quiet and just watching nature happen. And I believe that that is just such a beautiful moment to have, to just be one with it and to sit with it and to actually, I want to say hear it, even though it's not visceral, but just to hear it speaking to you and to learn from it. And so I wanted that to be really big in this book, is to see that nature does have lessons for us if we just sit and listen, which is what Siddhartha did under the Bodhisattva tree. And the reason for writing this was that, I mean, mostly I can say it's just to share that message of companionship, to share that message of empowering individuals to go out there and find their own way, that there is happiness out there for all of us. And that can be found in so many different aspects. But walking your path is the most important, and finding what along your path is going to make you happy, because it's different for everybody. And that's what I would say. I'm not going to say what the secret of happiness is, because it's different for everybody. But to me, the path to get there is to follow your own way.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, and that message is so true. Obviously, with this book in particular, it's a very wonderful, subtle, lovely, illustrated message for children, but adults too, because obviously it can be read to. And I think as an adult or as a human being, you'd pick up as much as a child would, if not more, in regards to the level of understanding and really taking that message deeper. And so many parents love it so much. So
right. One of my other keys with both of these books is that I didn't want to do it necessarily just for children, but also for the parents, and so that there can be that relationship as well, that they both can get involved and interested, and then share that relationship moving forward and dive. There's always a diver deep into both of these stories, Body Finds Buddha and Tao's Way. And my biggest thing with these, when I first decided to write children's books, it was because I was filled with just happiness from this information that I was learning, and I wanted to share it. And it's very cerebral, it can be. And I wanted to share it in a simple way. And so I sat and I thought, what's the simplest way to share information with adults? And then I realized if you can't share it with a child and have them understand, then how is an adult supposed to understand? So that's what led me to write a children's book and kind of disguise it as useful information for adults too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I get that completely. And I think the message is definitely there. It's a beautifully, illustrated book. It's everything about it, even the way that it feels, is just a big hug. It's like a supportive hug, really. It's the whole essence of you, the writing, the book, the story, the illustrations. It has all come together really well. And as publishers, once we were able to see, that final book title to then go to proof, and to continue on this journey and have it available for pre-order and publication. It was just magical. When it comes to it, it's just beautiful. It has a glow around it. We just love it. And
Thank you. So honestly, when I received it too, that's what I thought. It is magical. That's the word.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love how you mentioned earlier that a few times how much you appreciate and love nature, and that nature has so much to offer us if we listen. And one part that I absolutely love within the book is how the seasons change as well. I feel it at least shows the seasonal change, like within the leaves on the trees, the colours. It's just the vibrancy of the whole landscape, and the fun, like the different animals coming into play as well. It's all there. It's a really lovely, really lovely story. I mean, I guess in regards to time, I'm just thinking a lot of our viewers and listeners might be aspiring writers or authors themselves, or they might have that vision, but they're really not sure how to get there or what's involved. You mentioned, obviously, you've been on this journey for around 4 years over. That's quite normal. I guess it's good for me to put it out there as well, but that's normal. That's okay. A lot of people, they can be writing a book for years before even getting to this point. But is there any kind of piece of advice, or maybe kind of support that you might want to share with someone who's basically at the start of their journey? It just might be quite helpful for some listeners.
Honestly, the first thing that I would just say and would just go for it, because you have nothing to lose. And just like I said with meditation, it's just about, for me, everything is just about doing it. No matter what it looks like, it's going, as long as you get it out, it is who you are, right? And to bring who you are into the physical world, we have to do something about it. We have to put it into action form. And so just doing it is going to initiate that momentum and start moving you forward. And so I think, just to say, if it's something that you believe in, it is worthy and it is worthwhile. So bring it into the world, because somebody else is going to find it worthwhile too, and somebody else is waiting for you to do it.
That's incredible. Yeah, well, we wholeheartedly agree, Christine. And honestly, it's a pleasure to be able to have this conversation with you today. I know it's new moon energy as well today, literally on the dot. It's also World Book Day, which what better day to be able to celebrate Buddhi Finds Buddha. We're so proud of the book here, so pleased with Happy Designer, and we're absolutely loving announcing you as our debut author, and cannot wait to continue sharing Buddhi Finds Buddha with so many people throughout the world, delivering this message that you and we so strongly feel passionate about. Anybody, if you're listening or watching, if you're wanting to find Buddha Finds Buddha, please just look online. It's available Waterstones, Amazon, through ourselves direct, so via partnership publishing. Please follow Christine. She's available on social media. It's Christine Meyers Doula. And yeah, please follow, like, share. If you feel inclined to do so, find Buddy Finds Buddha, purchase it, read it, enjoy it, love it, and share it with us that you have done as well, because that means the world. I think it's great to see that feedback and those reviews coming in as well. Yeah, so thank you so much for your time, Christine. Do you have any kind of last messages, notes, or anything you might want to say?
No, I'm just excited to see how it's out in the world and what people get from it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to hear everybody's comments, concerns, or whatever. Just what was your best? I would love to hear what everybody gets from it.
Amazing. No, thank you so much. And yeah, we will speak, I'm sure, very soon. Well, take care for now. And yeah, we'll see you all soon. Bye.
Thank you.